Assalamu alaikum viewers, and welcome to another program of Mind, Body and Soul. And throughout this Ramadan we'll be talking about how to focus on our mind, and the mind, how it will control our body, and in turn how to purify our soul. And this is the whole purpose of our existence, especially in Ramadan, when we are supposed to train all these three things so we can be a better person and a better Muslim, all in all a better human being, so we can serve our Creator. Habib bhai, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Balasun, how are you?
Balasi, and I'm fine. Alhamdulillah. Nice to see you. Always nice to see you.
Nice to see you too,
right?
of course.
And
Yes.
when I sit with you, two things come into my mind.
Yes.
In my mind, okay? And these two things are, Habib Bhai trains a lot of people with regards to, hygiene and, how to incorporate good food in a restaurant or in any catering business. And both of us, or me being in that, such a field, it teaches me two things. So when I see you, it teaches me I need to enhance my hygiene, right? Whether it be home or whether it be, in business. And also, how do we do that? So, with regards to good food and stuff like that. Anyway, these are the two things that come into my mind when I see you, which is a good thing, right?
And likewise, when I see you, it reminds me of doing more exercise, being fit.
MashaAllah.
Because I know you're a fitness instructor.
That's right. Yes,
instructor, and you are very passionate about exercise.
Definitely.
And campaigning about that as well.
I believe in any field that you're in, you should be passionate about it. You should love what you do, because then you will do it better. Okay, so yes, thank you, everybody.
And I must say, you are a role model in that sense.
Thank you very much. I think you're putting me up on a pedestal, but we complement each other, don't we? When it comes to these two backgrounds that we have. Now, this program again is about the mind, body, and soul, and we've been talking about that. I think a couple of episodes we covered how to incorporate a good diet to focus on the mind. How and what kind of diets these are.
Yes.
Let's talk about still on the mind, with food or a diet, I think exercise maybe comes hand in hand, right?
Absolutely.
So in Ramadan, I know that we should not stress our body so much. Yeah. So we should. It's a spiritual time,
sure.
And we should focus on. And I know a lot of the imams and ulamas. They normally throughout the 11 months they're teaching others. They're doing their covering their scholarly field. But in this month they say, what? This is for myself. I will be focusing on myself. I'll be reading a lot of Quran, and we know it is the month of the Quran. What would you say with diet? What kind of exercises can we do? Because we're not supposed to burden ourselves with too much stress when it comes to the body.
Sure. Again, in terms of exercise, you are the master. So I want to hear from you basically. But maybe I can add a bit more later on. So I would humbly request if you could please talk about exercise, importance of it.
He's turned the table. He's posing the question to me. Okay, well, what I'll say is, when my training, by the way, is quite an old training. It's about 20 years now. What I did was fitness and nutrition, which was the level 1 and 2 that we covered. Now, when we go into these aspects, when it comes to training especially, it depends on what kind of training you want to do. So here again in Ramadan, we can talk about, or we can concentrate on what do we want to do with our body.
Sure.
How do we? Somebody could be obese, or somebody could be overweight, right? Let's not use the word obese. Somebody could be overweight, and they can use Ramadan to lose weight. And it's a very, very good time and a very good practice to actually lose weight. Yeah?
Absolutely, yes.
But again, it's how you lose weight. And so what I say to people most of the time is not not how much you eat.
Yes.
It is what you eat. It's what you put into your body. So what they used to teach us is, when it comes to training, now there's 3 different types of training. There's hypertrophy training, okay, which is an anabolic training, is to build body. Then there's endurance training, okay, and then there's other training such as high intensity, interval trainings and stuff like that. So they always used to say 60% diet, which means it's very important what you eat, and it's only 40% of training. So you could be doing a lot of training, but your diet is not good. It would not work. Now, when it comes to Ramadan,
so when you say training, do you mean exercise?
I mean physical training.
Physical training.
Physical training.
In
for
other
the
words,
body.
we call it exercise. Am I right?
Yeah, you could call it. Yeah. Yes. Now, exercise could be, we could sit in a table and we can have an exercise book in front of us, and we can, the exercise could have different connotations.
Yes.
But in this case, we are talking about the exercise of the body.
Yes.
Okay. So, and this is why, I mean, I can talk whole day about training and how to enhance your body,
yes,
and what kind of shape you want, what kind of size you want. What they say normally is, there are 3 types of body, metamorphosis, yes, and there are other 2 types. I'm not going to mention it right now. But you have to put the right kind of food in your body and the right exercise according to your body type. Do you understand? So everybody is unique. Mm-hmm. Everybody is unique when it comes to that. But in Ramadan, I would say, if it is about losing weight, yes, then definitely you have to have the right food and less of it. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, the whole day you are fasting, and iftar time you got a dining table full of, samosas and bhajis, mm-hmm, and pakoras and all that. No, yes, no, that would not work. That would not work. Mm-hmm. So I would say, since we're covering exercise,
yes,
namaz itself, salah itself, yes, is an exercise. Okay, walking to the mosque every day. If you go to Jama, and we know that maybe this time is a little bit different because of the pandemic, but I know our uncles, old uncles, they wake up for Fajr and they walk to the mosque. For Tahajjud, they walk to the mosque. And Alhamdulillah, in this country, mosques are quite nearby nowadays. It's not so far. So that walk itself is a good exercise. So
walking, basically, either you can go to a mosque or go to the park. Or somewhere nearby.
The American Association, yes, of Physical Training, yes, and when it comes to health issues,
yes,
they actually recommend 30 minutes of walking every day.
Every day, okay.
Minimum 30 minutes of walking every day.
And even when we are fasting, we can walk 30 minutes,
yes,
or 45 minutes, 1 hour, can't we?
Yeah. So yes, it depends on who it is, who's the individual, what their age is, what their medical condition is.
Yes.
They might be restricted to some exercises, they might be restricted to some diet, okay?
Yes.
So since we're talking about the mind, body and soul, and in this case the body,
yes,
I would say, and depending on
yes, who
it is, you can actually do some physical training as well. And when I say physical training, you can
yes,
do some gym workout. You can do that. Even when you're fasting, you can do that.
Mm.
Some people, they can do it without drinking water.
Yes.
Okay. But I would recommend maybe before iftar, because you need to have, you need to hydrate yourself.
Sure.
Okay. And water is the best thing to hydrate yourself.
How about cycling? Nowadays, cycling is a major thing in the UK, especially in the pandemic.
It is. But,
yes,
but the viewers that are watching us,
yes,
and a lot of people may know, a lot of people may be in the exercise background or the training background, and
yes,
they could, learning never stops, and they will agree with me that especially in Ramadan, when you don't have food in your stomach, and again, depending on when you are exercising, you should always keep it to a minimum. Okay, so you're exercising or training throughout the whole 11 months. I would recommend to keep that 1 month aside to focus on the mind and the soul. The body definitely, because the body, it depends on what you put in. Keep yourself clean and use that body to worship Allah. So I hope I covered. You posed the question back at me. I hope I covered those things.
Just wanted to add something. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
We need to follow something called our BMI, Body Mass Index. And I think month of Ramadan is a great opportunity for us to go online again, NHS website, and check your BMI, Body Mass Index.
Yes.
And if you are within that healthy BMI, between 19 and 25, 18 and 25, well done to you. If you are over that, 25 to 30, you are overweight, please reduce it.
Yes.
If you are 30 plus, if your BMI, unfortunately, officially, clinically, you are obese. And you must do something because this is an illness.
Yes.
That is why you
have passed the critical point.
Month of Ramadan to reduce that weight, because we know during pandemic, unfortunately, we lost quite a lot of people due to obesity issue. So we do not want to be vulnerable. So use month of Ramadan as training to reduce your body weight as well.
So you say that when you're over that 25 to 30 mark, then you are clinically or officially it is
obese.
It is an illness. It's obese, so it is actually
when you're over 30.
When you're over
BMI,
30. So you should definitely work on that.
Absolutely, yes.
Thank you very much, Habib. You know, and I hope I covered some of those. I mean, within a short period of time, you can't really cover everything. But anyway, guys, you guys, we've seen our tips and what we talked about the exercise. But again, I would say keep it to a minimum, especially in the month of Ramadan. Otherwise, exercise is always good. But anything, you know, when you overdo it, it's not good for you. So we should always balance everything out properly. So thank you very much for joining us, and until next time, Assalamu alaikum.